A couple weeks ago, Elon's Neuralink brain chip got implanted into a human skull via robot. We've got an update on the patient.
So I turned to look at him. Y'all, when I tell you, in his eyes turned black.
Look at that. Look at this. Oh, look at that, y'all. Y'all see that?
It is believed that their eyes enable them to see outside of the visible light spectrum that me and you are bound by.
Celebrity skin suits. So you think, oh, that's Emma Watson. Yeah, I know what she looks like. That's just...
Oh man, what's going on, everybody, man? Y'all already know what today's episode is about. I don't think I gotta do too much talking. I already know what today's episode is about, man. It's the same stuff, just a different day, man. It's things that is possibly going to change our mind. There are things that are going to change our reality. And I'm actually excited to get into today's episode to really see what's in store. And if you all are excited about today's episode to see what's really going to go on, y'all do me a huge favor right now and go crazy on that like button, man. Let's go to get 15,000 likes. I know that y'all can do it because y'all have done it once before, just on different types of videos. Not this one in particular, but I know for a fact that y'all can do it because I know my supporters and I know that we really get lit. And I know for a fact that we really get live. And let's get into it and let go.
In this video, this lady speaks about how it's non-human entities walking among us in an encounter she recently had at the grocery store. Make sure you watch until the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Listen up, y'all. There are beings that is walking this earth and they are not human. I just came from Kroger's. I just got off of work. I went to go pick up a few items, y'all. I go to the bread aisle. Now, the bread aisle is super long. I'm at one end of the bread aisle. There's a guy that's about 3/4 of the way down in the bread aisle. He got a cart. I got a cart. He's looking at me. And you know how you can see out your peripheral that somebody's staring at you. He ain't just looking, but he's staring at me. I kind of look his way. He's still staring. I go ahead and I get my bread. I go back around the other way because I'm going to the international aisle to get some pasta and some other stuff. While I'm in the international aisle at one end, this guy comes around and he's at the top of the same aisle. I see him still looking at me. Now, mind you, there's a couple of things that I need to get out of that aisle. So the first part of the aisle, I grab what I need to grab and I go about midways down. He's at the other end. So he's staring at me still. So I kind of look at him and I go like, how do you give somebody that type look? He's still staring. So I'm looking for what I'm looking for. I can't really find it because he's throwing me off because he keeps staring. Mind you, this man don't have nothing in his cart. He's not even turned to look at any food. He's looking directly at me. By this time, I'm like, you know what? I'm not on it. I'm about to just stare you down. So I turn to look at him. Y'all, when I tell you, this man stared at me and his eyes turned black. Everything in his whole eyeball, not just the pupil, but the white part, turned completely black. He looked, it said black, and then he walked away. When I tell you I left that car sitting in that aisle, I didn't even buy nothing from Kroger's. I left out and I came home. There is stuff, there is beings that is walking in this earth and they at the store, they at whatever, they look like us and everything else, but they are not human.
Oh my God. I honestly want to know what to do in a situation like that. Can anybody let me know down below if you would have been in her situation, how would you possibly would have reacted? I know a lot of y'all might say I would have exercised my Second Amendment right then and there.
In this video, he speaks the truth about cats. Make sure you watch until the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Here's something crazy about cats you may have never heard of. The first thing is their pupils, their slitted pupils. Do you know how rare that is in the animal kingdom? Lions do not have slitted pupils. They're round just like ours. Tigers don't have slitted pupils either, nor do jaguars. Now this is kind of the weird thing because I kind of thought that a domesticated house cat came from a big cat at some point down the line. But if they don't have slitted pupils like the house cat does, then what does have slitted pupils?
Right.
Reptiles. Snakes and alligators have slitted pupils. Not any other cat. Now, in many cultures, ancient reptiles were considered to be kind of a trippy creature that had other abilities and senses. The other thing that's weird is that Cats hiss like a snake, and they have slitted pupils like a reptile. They also love to eat mice, as do snakes. Now, we know how much the ancient Egyptians loved cats. Cats also have pineal glands. And you notice that cats will do that thing where they'll look in the corner of the room and be making a fuss about what seems to be nothing? It is believed that their eyes enable them to see outside of the visible light spectrum that me and you are bound by. Now, it's not known how a cat has half the attributes of a lion and half the attributes of a snake, but perhaps some genetic tinkering went on many, many years ago in ancient worlds and civilization.
That is something amazing to really look at and really pay attention to. If you notice the type of animals that they worship back in the Egyptian times, there were a lot of reptilians, and the only animal I really could speak of was the cat. You got lizards, you got snakes, you got cats, but it really wasn't anything outside of that. I personally feel like that they can see on a different realm along with snakes and all of these other reptilians. Even though they're a hybrid of big cats like lions and tigers, I had no idea that they did not have the same type of eyes. Now that I think about it, they're definitely different in a lot of ways, but this is definitely cool to know. If they're the same species, they eat the same thing, they're just a lot more domesticated, of course. Why are their eyes a lot different? I personally believe that it's like that because they can see through different dimensions and realms.
A couple weeks ago, Elon's Neuralink brain chip got implanted into a human skull via robot. We've got an update on the patient. Not only has he made a full recovery, he can now move a cursor with his brain. First of all, I'm surprised he's alive. Don't quote me on this, but I think they did a lot of testing on monkeys, and most of those monkeys no longer are in the land of the living. Second of all, I didn't know that they were already using Neuralink for fun stuff like moving cursors. I thought it was only for, like, curing paralysis. That's boring. This begs the question, though. If someone could move their cursor and click just by thinking about it, should they be allowed to play professional Fortnite?
Ooh, that is a very amazing question. Just even on a playful standpoint, how would that be with gaming and anything else in general? Just imagine you're at school and a student has a Neuralink and is putting things onto your screen. Change their grade from a 60 to a 100%.
So Dubai is experiencing some bad weather, right? And when you see these flashes in the sky, the flashes of lightning, you'll see pyramids in the sky, and they are scattered all over the sky, you guys. And depending on what type of flash that we get, you see what I'm saying? Look at that. Look at that one. Look at that one. What is this? And there's some that's off in the distance as well, you guys. But only in certain flashes we're able to see that. Y'all see that? And it gets even crazier. Look. It gets even crazier. Check this one out. Check this one out. Watch. Crazy, y'all. All these crazy things happening around this time. And it's pouring over there. That purple lightning, that plasma. Look at that. Look at this. Y'all, look at that, y'all. Y'all see that? Look, it's going back into it. It's closing. It's merging with the top of the pyramid. Whoa. You guys see that? That's crazy, y'all. What is going on? It's like an upside down world, you guys. Look. But yeah, you guys, it's literally like an upside down world, huh? What do you guys think? What do you guys think? It's crazy, man. And the pyramid in the sky. And again, things are getting more interesting. And
man, y'all let me know what y'all feel about that. If this is real, I'm generally like so confused on how is that even possible? Could it be a reflection off of the firmament? But at the same time, if this is fabricated, then they did a great job editing this. Y'all let me know how y'all feel about this down below.
Every time you saw Taylor Swift on your TV at the Super Bowl, you were flashed with demonic hand gestures and an inverted cross. Because right next to her was this woman, Ice Spicy. The second she notices she's on TV, she does her hand gestures and shows her cross. I mean, you don't even have to be a conspiracy theorist for this one. Her friends are drinking, doing whatever, watching the game, and she does this. It just looks so forced. And for those of you saying it's not an upside down cross, Playboy Cardi literally posted it on his story, and in up close videos and photos of her her, you can see she's clearly rocking it. After the Chiefs won, the President of the United States posted this on his Instagram saying, "Just like we drew it up in these red eyes." Kanye West was at the game wearing all black with a black mask with Jesus Christ in between his eyes. This is the biggest stage in the world. Everything on your TV is there for a reason, and we haven't even got to the commercials or the halftime show yet. They can continue to show us this imagery and try and normalize it, but I can promise you one thing, I will never stop exposing what is going on in this world. Every time you saw Taylor Swift on your TV at the Super Bowl.
Ice Spice, Ice Spice.
Celebrity skin suits. So you think, oh, that's Emma Watson. Yeah, I know what she looks like. That's just... No. It's actually Sofia Vergara.
Wow.
A lot of people on the internet think that Tyler Perry is just Will Smith in a skin suit. If you look closely at Tyler Perry's eyes, you can see that it almost seems like there's a suit resting on the natural folds of his eyes, and that's not how a normal eye would look.
He was so happy to have that. It's very sentimental for me, and we do a lot of shooting down here.
People often accuse Joe Biden of wearing a skin suit as he looks different in before and after. The theory goes that some celebrities will just wear these to keep themselves safe, protected, and in disguise, while others would wear them to become multiple celebrities at once. Michael Jackson was known to wear them in videos. Before I say the craziest part about all this, make sure you follow so you finally know the craziest conspiracy theories about each of your favorite celebrities and requests you want to see next. The craziest part is that people think Michael Jackson has faked his death and is living out his life as a man named Dave.
To his Encino house. I think I was in at Encino.
Celebrity skin suits. So
Wow. I'm learning something new every day when it comes to these videos, man.
In this video, she speaks about why you should be careful who you mess with. Make sure you watch it to the end and let me know what you think in the comments below.
Some of us are so divinely protected that we worry about those who do us wrong because we've seen the results so many times of what happens when people decide intentionally to hurt us, to go against us, to betray us. We see the results of what happens. I never knew how much Creator and my ancestors had my back until I started to see it firsthand. And so I've gotten to this point where even in my relationships, I say, look, don't lie to me. Don't cross my boundaries. Don't do this or that, or you will have to pay for it. And they say, why? Do you like to get revenge? And I say, no, I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is shed a tear. All I have to do is have a reaction. All I have to do is be betrayed, is be hurt. And they come to my defense. So be careful who you mess with.
Madagascar's parliament has just passed a law that allows for castration if you're found guilty of a child. The new law, which still needs final approval by the president, sees those guilty of children under 13 receive surgical castration, and for cases against children between 14 and 17, they would receive chemical castration. This would be in addition to sentences of up to life in prison. Madagascar is taking this stance after they saw an increase in child. But some human rights groups have criticized the law, calling it inhumane and degrading, and said it was not in line with the island's constitutional laws. So the question is, do you think that the president should approve this law or not?
I definitely think that the president should. And more importantly, I think that this needs to be something nationwide. Because what's going on around the world at the moment, just look at the situation that happened with Drake Bell. Like, these people are preying on young children, and it's so sad to see just that situations are playing out to be this type of way. And I do feel like if this was a prominent law, that it also would have to be crucial evidence and not just a he said, she said situation. It would have to be hardcore caught in the act evidence to make sure that something like this is not weaponized against women or people who are heartbroken, or you just date the wrong type of individual in general who can be very malicious within the law. But I do feel like people who really do commit this type of act 100%, and it shouldn't even be nothing chemical, it should just be straight castrated. But I wonder how would it be if roles were switched with a woman doing that to a male. How would they castrate them?
Have you guys seen this? Apparently they're called mandrake plants. I've never even heard about this, y'all. But she took it out of the pot and the plant started screaming. Do y'all see it? So I was confused as to why that plant was making a high-pitched frequency. So I found this, y'all. Check this out. Apparently plants produce a high-pitched frequency when they get stressed.
New study suggests that when plants are under stress, they release a high-pitched sound that is inaudible to human ears. The research, published in the journal Science, provides the first evidence that plants produce ultrasonic sounds when they are damaged, and that these sounds may help them to recover from stress. The study was conducted by a team of researchers from the University of Western Australia and the University of Cambridge. The team used a technique called laser Doppler vibrometry to measure the vibrations of a plant leaf as it was cut with a razor. They found that when the leaf was cut, it emitted a high-pitched sound with a frequency of around 20 kilohertz. The team then tested whether this sound had any effect on the plant's ability to recover from stress. They found that plants that were exposed to the sound of a cut leaf recovered from stress more quickly than plants that were not exposed to the sound.
So I guess them screaming is a way of them being under distress, and it's healing them in a sense. This is like frequency healing, vibration healing, sound bath. Y'all see that, right? Now, I wouldn't think nothing of it, but even the Bible mentions the mandrake plant. You see, it says for thousands of years, this plant was revered by many cultures, which ascribes to its mysterious and demonic qualities. Mandrake is mentioned in the Bible, and its biblical use is generally attributed to its supposed fertility power. So what do you guys think about that plant? Is that real or not? I mean, I remember a scene in Harry Potter where they showed this stuff. But here we are with that.
I'm not sure if this is real because I'm not going to lie. I'm positive they would have been showed us this as kids, but I can understand why they wouldn't want to show us this as kids. But I'm not sure. That plant looks completely creepy, if you ask me. Like, it definitely reminds me of the Harry Potter movie as well. I never heard of the mandrake plants, but I'm going to do more research on that. And my question down for you below, this is for all my vegans down there. Would you eat a mandrake plant steamed? Like y'all like the, you know, the vegetables and the natural plants, all my vegans. Is this a plant that you can consider yourself eating? What? Nah, that's crazy.
On Earth.
Wow. Hold on, I gotta look at that again. What? And look at them start disappearing.
It's a laser light.
Wow.
Across the sky. On Earth.
Nah, that's scary. That is scary, y'all.
Blow your mind. Look at Ephesians 6 verse 12. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. Right, so that's the King James. Now look what it says in the Geneva Bible. This one is from 1560. This is before the King James. For we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, and against the worldly governors, the princes of darkness of this world. And notice how it didn't use against again, which means the worldly governors are the princes of darkness of this world, and against spiritual wickedness, which are in the high places. So not only are we in a spiritual battle, we're also being attacked by the worldly governors, the princes of darkness of this world. If you research why he had it translated this way, was because certain things threatened his authority and his power. He also removed all 15 books of the Apocrypha, which are all in the Geneva Bible. King James literally banned the Geneva Bible, and it was for a reason. The Geneva Bible came before the King James. Let me know if you guys want a part 2 where I expose more of.
I've never heard of the Geneva Bible. Do anybody know if anybody heard of this, and can anybody confirm this down below? A lot of my Israelites down below, please confirm this. And have any of y'all read it?
Today in What the Fuck News. Honestly, some of this might be old news to some of you, but it was brand new information brought to light to me. You've heard a lot over the last 2 years about biolabs in Ukraine, right? No matter what side you're on, you've heard about these things, right? Well, it's 100% true. I mean, the U.S. signed an agreement, a weapons proliferation agreement with Ukraine back in 2005. Wait, to any agents that are watching, this is public knowledge. It is on the state website. Thank you. But throughout the document, they say it's to prevent the proliferation of biological weapons of mass destruction. That's just a cute way to say we're making our own, right? Here, you'll notice it says at no cost to Ukraine. So we've been funding this shit since 2005. Anyways, the full document is available online. Check it out for yourself, guys. Do your own research. Stay.
What do you feel like that they're creating over there in them biological labs over near Ukraine? Do you feel like that they're hiding weapons of mass destruction, or you feel like that they're creating it, or you feel like it's a combination of both?
Chips are bad for the brain. Donuts are bad for the eyes. Milk chocolate is bad for the skin. Soda is bad for bones. Breakfast cereals are bad for metabolism. Canola oil is bad for the heart. Fried foods are bad for the lungs. Highly spicy foods are bad for digestion. If nature didn't make it, don't take it.
Hey, if nature didn't make it, don't take it. I know that's true.
The Rothschilds are what you call the Pinzer family, the 13 Illuminati families. They're the head one. You have the Rockefellers. Yeah. There used to be a family called the Romanovs in Russia. And, you know, you can tell a lot about the symbolism. Like, you guys are into conspiracies, right? Yeah. You guys ever hear of Roswell?
Yeah. The alien.
So the whole thing about Roswell was aliens landed, all this stuff happened. What if I told you that was all a lie?
How? Like fake? They fake the alien invasion?
No. Everything is hidden in plain sight. So we know the Rothschilds run the world, right?
Yeah.
Okay. What does Rothschild start with? R-O. What does Roswell start with?
R-O.
They're basically paying homage to their masters by releasing some fake conspiracy. There was no aliens that landed there. That was basically a sidetrack. And the way you know that is you look at the R-O. R is the 18th letter, O is the 15. 15 and 18 together are 33. So there you see the hidden 33 within Roswell. So why do you think the Rothschilds are called the Rothschilds? Why are the Rockefellers called the Rockefellers?
Okay, I'm not sure too much on the whole 33 thing. Can anybody explain for me, or anybody else that's confused, down below in the description? It'd be very helpful.
Wherever salt goes, water follows. If I throw salt on a slug, what happens to the slug? All the water comes out the slug. So if you want your cell to be able to absorb the water that you drink, you need to take a little bit of salt before you drink the water, or even put a little bit of salt in the water.
So say I'm drinking, say I got the Mountain Valley spring water. So you saying take a little salt, put it on my tongue before I drink the water?
I've heard about that. A lot of people would take just a little pinch of Celtic salt or Himalayan salt and drink it with the water because it supposedly helps with consuming the water or something like that I've heard before.
Proof that we all have been finessed by the government.
So how did the government trick and finesse us to live how we're living now? What you mean by that? For example, right? I believe in God. I believe God gave us all this land. But how did the government make us pay for land that they don't own? Yeah, what? Yeah, what? So let's say you bought a house and you paid it off. You still have to pay the government taxes just to live in your own home. You right. And get this part. You don't even own your own car, bro. Wait. That's where you wrong at, because I technically do own my car. I just paid it all off. No, you don't. So you pay every month to use your car. We call that insurance. You pay taxes every year to use your car. We call that tabs. Tabs is how they keep tabs on us. Exactly. So if you don't pay for the tabs every year, then they won't allow you to use your car. Dang, man, I feel like I'm being bamboozled, bro. Oh, no. It gets worse. Let me hear more, man. Now, when we go to work, right? Before we get paid, who get paid? The government. So get this. The government takes money out of our check before we even get our check. Then we got to pay to keep our belongings and use our belongings every month. Wait. So let me get this right. If I buy a house and pay it off, I got to pay the government to keep it, or they will take it from me and sell it to someone else. If I buy a car, I have to pay the government to use it. And every time I get a job, the government will pay their sales before they pay me. Oh, it get worse. Nah, I can't even get no worse than that, bro. Oh no, get this. Now, you're supposed to pay the government to do all the natural things that you're supposed to do. What you mean by that? Like, for example, if you want to hunt, right? Something you naturally supposed to do, you got to go through the government and pay for that. And then on top of that, fruits and vegetables are supposed to be all through the world for free, right? But we allow the government to take all our fruits and vegetables to put them in grocery stores so we can pay for them. This is crazy to think about, bro. You want to get married? Go through the government. Want your kids to be educated? Go through the government. You want... I don't even want to hear no more, bro. This is just blowing my mind. Okay, one more question.
He's not lying, though. Everything is through the government. But yeah, man, that wraps up today's episode, man. I do hope that you all were able to enjoy today's video, man. If you all were able to enjoy today's video, y'all do me a huge favor right now and go crazy on that like button, man. The more like that this video get, the higher that it will rank. I promise y'all, man. Let's rank this video to #1. I want this video to trend #1 all over the web. Share the video with your friends or whatever it is, man. But more importantly, I do hope that you all were able to enjoy today's video and at least learn something new. I know a lot of times I learn new stuff. Some of the stuff we've already learned, but a lot of things definitely make me open up my mind and start to look at things possibly a lot different and look more into things to learn more about it. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just really a thing on reality and life that we live in today. So I do hope that you all were able to enjoy this type of video and it was informative to you all. And you already know, man, we at the end of the video, man. Y'all already know what I'm finna ask y'all. And y'all gotta comment it down below, man. Today's controversial question, right? Is it morally wrong to double dip salsa or just, you know, chips with cheese? Is it morally wrong to double dip? That's what I want to know down below. Y'all let me know y'all thoughts and opinions on that. And until then, I'll see you all tomorrow.